This is Vontoba Terry from the Go Give Grow podcast, and I want to welcome you to our first episode. I created this podcast as an outlet to share some of my experiences as a father, as a husband, as a businessman, and also to shed some light on what I believe are essential principles for having a successful, fruitful, and positive life experience. These first 3 episodes, I'm going to go over a few topics that just address what this podcast is all about: the go, the give, and the grow. So our first topic is going to be, where are you going? Where are you going in life? You're going somewhere, either intentionally or unintentionally, and you want to get there on purpose and not by accident. A Harvard business study revealed some statistics about success and goal setting. The study found that there's about 84% of people who don't have any goals. But the 14% that do have goals are 10 times more successful than those without goals. If you've written your goals down, then you're 3 times more successful even than the people who have goals but haven't written them down. When I say go, where are you going, that means action. What actions are you taking in your life to get to a place that's different from where you are now? We're all on an adventure. We're on a journey. And in this first episode of the Go Give Grow podcast, I'm going to share a little bit about my journey. I was born and raised in Toledo, Ohio, the son of a factory worker and a singer. My mother sang R&B and hip-hop and reggae. She actually traveled to Hong Kong and Japan and Taiwan during her career, and beloved by everybody in my family. Unfortunately, she passed away young. She was only 34 years old. I was 13 years old at the time. Myself and my 3 brothers, we took it pretty hard, but that was part of my life journey. And we were taken care of by my father. It's not my biological father, but he is my father. He's my dad. And he married my mother when I was only 2 months old. He imparted a lot of knowledge into me, a lot of life lessons regarding attitude, hard work, and really just going after what you want to do in life. I saw him go from owning a toy store to having a construction company to helping my brothers launch their music career with a record label. And all of those experiences really just fueled my desire to be an entrepreneur. Today, I'm married to Vontoba Terry, one of the top entrepreneurs in the country in the beauty industry. And we've been married for 16 years. We have 3 beautiful young children who are 6, 8, and 10 years old. And they keep us on our toes. Between the 3 of them, we have soccer, baseball, and cheerleading. And there's never a dull moment in the Terry household. We currently live in Frisco, Texas. Frisco is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. And when you talk about go and taking action, Frisco is really a city about action. And we've seen so much growth over the years. We've been in Texas for 11 years now. Before that, we lived in Las Vegas, and that was without kids. And so part of our journey was moving around early in our career, and that was part of our go. Our original plan was to rise up in the ranks of corporate America. My wife, Vontoba, she was growing her career at Whirlpool Corporation in sales, and we had moved from Baton Rouge, Louisiana to Pasadena, California, and then to Las Vegas within 3 years' time. So when you talk about going and moving, that was definitely a process. But we got to Las Vegas, and we're in these careers. I'm in banking by that point. She's in contract sales with Whirlpool. And we realized right away that there's maybe more to life here. There's a little bit more to life. And we decided to go to graduate school. We didn't have any children. We'd been married for a few years at the time. And it seemed perfect. So we enrolled at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas in 2007. I started first with a economics program, and then Vontoba followed with her MBA. And we actually graduated in 2009 and walked across the stage back to back as husband and wife. And during that time, during that last semester in 2009, Vontoba came to me with an idea. She said that She wanted to create products for people with dry skin and dry hair. Products that had ingredients that she could understand and pronounce. Products that were good for her skin and her hair, but she wanted to start with a lotion, a body butter or something. And would we put together a business plan in order to make this dream become a reality? And so we sat at our kitchen table. She connected with her entrepreneurship professor, Dr. Runge, and we put pen to paper. We wrote up a business plan, and what that business is today is Urban Hydration, skincare, hair care, and personal care products. What it was 11 years ago was something entirely different. It was a different name, different product line, but so much changed during that time. And when you talk about where you're going, before we moved to Las Vegas in 2006, we were going up in corporate America. But by 2009, we were going into the world of entrepreneurship. We graduated, and then we found out that we're going to be having our first child, and I had the opportunity to get a promotion to Texas. So Psychelia decided to leave corporate America and launch into the business full time. And I would continue working in banking and just helping out as a husband with Urban Hydration. And so we got into our goal again. So where are we going? We're going to Texas from Las Vegas. And Texas has been a great place for us. I enjoy it here. There's a lot of momentum, a lot of positivity, a lot of people really striving to achieve their goals. Yes, and continuing on with this story, there have been many times in our lives when we realized that we had to take action. We had to go. And if we didn't go, we might regret it later. So I ask you, my listener, what area of your life are you waiting to take action in? Is there something that you've wanted to do, a place you've wanted to go, but for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, you haven't done it yet? Really think about that. Write it down, if you would. And go on a journey with me where you can come up with a plan to make that happen. I just described how we went from state to state to state and then ended up where we are now, where we've sort of planted roots and established our family. So I'll challenge you in that. And while you think about that, one of the things we're going to do during this podcast is talk a little bit about movies. We'll talk about companies. We'll talk about causes, because this podcast is Go, Give, Grow. And those are different areas that are, pretty important when it comes to going, giving, and growing. To me, I enjoy watching movies. Psychelia and I, my wife and I, were definitely armchair movie critics. And having taken a course in philosophy of film when I was in undergrad, I just love dissecting and taking apart movies. So one movie that's definitely about action to me and going, when you ask that question, where are you going, is The Pursuit of Happiness. It's the real life story of Chris Gardner, played by Will Smith. He was homeless for a year. He was taking care of his son. And all he wanted was to provide a better life for his family, for his child. He'd fallen on hard times, had lost everything. And as you watch this man go through this journey in this film, you see him fight through people who didn't believe in him, people who didn't even see him as human, fight beyond his own insecurities or lack of resources, and work hard to become one of the most successful financial services professionals in his area, in his industry. That took resilience. It took practice, preparation. It took, being able to pass some tests. It took communication. It took persevering, connecting with the right people, not taking no for an answer. I can only imagine the experiences that Chris Gardner had as he really pursued his dream, as he sought out to go into a place that didn't typically have people who looked like him having a successful career. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. One of the causes, and I mentioned our company, Urban Hydration, a little bit earlier, one of the causes that we support is Water is Life. It's an integral part of our DNA to give back. And with Water is Life, I encourage you to learn a little bit more about them at waterislife.com. They have provided more than 5 billion liters of water to people who lack access to clean drinking water. Did you know that there are over 1 billion people that lack access to clean drinking water today? We go into our kitchen or into our bathroom, we turn on the faucet, and the water just comes out. And what a blessing that is. And usually it's clean. Or you've got it filtered, or you got it softened. That's not a luxury that people have in certain parts of the world. And even parts of the world you wouldn't even think of. What Water is Life is doing is they're providing clean drinking water wells, water filters, drinking straws that help people have clean water that won't get them sick, that they can use to cook, that they can use to improve their quality of life. And when you talk about going and taking action, where are you going? The founder and CEO of Water is Life, Ken Sari, is truly an inspiration to me. I encourage you to learn a little bit more about him as well. You tell him there's a need somewhere, he's going to go. He might not even have the funding yet to address the need, but if he has a way to get there and meet the people, meet with the government officials, and learn how he can address the need, he's going to go. He's someone that really demonstrates the action portion of answering the question, where are you going? So now, as we prepare to close out this first episode of the Go, Give, Grow podcast, I ask you again, listener, where are you going? Where are you going? You're going somewhere. Make a plan to get there. Write it out. Go somewhere, whether it's on a trip, whether it's to see someone you haven't seen in a while, whether it's to a place, whether it's to a mental state of health, wealth, or purpose. Go there. And over these next several episodes, we'll talk about going, giving, and growing. I'm Vontoba Terry. Thank you for tuning in, and have a blessed day.